Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new to my channel. Today I have a little bit of a different video for y'all. We're going to be talking all about books. So I have a bunch of books that I've recently purchased over the last couple weeks, I guess. I didn't get these all at one time. I did purchase them separately, individual trips. I thought it would just be fun to show y'all what I got and we can talk about them a little bit. I have not read any of them yet, of course. This is what we're looking at. Like, it's a stack. 3 more right here. Try to get them off the floor. So lately I've really been into mystery type thrillers, like psychological thrillers, things like that. Nothing like true crime or anything, but that kind of scares me. But I do like a good mystery. I do like a good cozy mystery. I did get, of course, some other things. I didn't all get mystery thrillers or things like that. I did kind of mix it up a little bit just to, keep it interesting. This book I actually did not buy. Debbie loaned me this book. She really enjoyed it and she thought I would enjoy it too. So she loaned it to me. It's called Halfway to the Grave, a Night Huntress novel by Janine Frost. I've actually heard of this author before, and I've heard her books are really good. I think I've heard of this series too. So I'm excited to give this a try. I haven't really read a good vampire book in a while. Sorry about the grass cutting. My brother next door is cutting the grass, and like my window's like right next door to like where he's cutting, but sorry about that. So yeah, I haven't really read a good vampire book in a really long time. I haven't really been into the whole vampire thing in a while. Not really since like Twilight, I guess. I had tried to read some vampire books after Twilight, but it was just kind of like done, because it was such a big thing. But I'm kind of excited about this one. It says half vampire Catherine Crawfield is going after the undead with a vengeance. He like stopped right in front of the window, like want to wave at him. Hoping that one of these deadbeats is her father, the one responsible for ruining her mother's life. Then she's captured by Bones, a vampire bounty hunter, and is forced into an unholy partnership. In exchange for fighting her father, Kat agrees to train with the sexy Night Stalker until her battle reflexes are as sharp as his fangs. She's amazed she doesn't end up as his dinner. Are there actually good vampires out there? Picked a really good time to film this video, right? Pretty soon, Bones will have her convinced that being half dead doesn't have to be all bad, but before she can enjoy her newfound status as kick-ass demon hunter, Kat and Bones are pursued by a group of killers. Now Kat will have to choose a side, and Bones is turning out to be as tempting as any man with a heartbeat. And it says, a fast-paced, sexy thrill. So, I'm kind of excited about that. So I guess like a romancy, vampire, badass huntress kind of thing. I don't know. We'll check it out. I got these 2 books from Target recently. I'm actually reading a book that actually came after this book from this author. Sherry, of course, is like covering it, but I think it's Sherry Lapina. Yeah. Sherry Lapina. I'm reading The Stranger in My House or something like that. A Stranger in the House. I don't know. It's something to do with a stranger in the house. It's really good so far. I'm not quite too far into it. I'm not quite halfway, I guess, but I'm a good bit into it. But this was her actual first book that she put out, The Couple Next Door. So I went ahead and I picked this up because it was 15% off at Target. And I was really enjoying that book right there, so I figured this would be really good too to have in my collection whenever I'm done with that one. Because sometimes you like to stay with the same author, especially if you find a book that you really enjoy reading or you really enjoy their writing or things like that. You kind of want to keep going with that. So I thought I'd go ahead and get this one since this was actually her first book. I don't think it doesn't have anything to do with a stranger in the house. It's just a couple next door. It sounded really good. It says, Anne and Marco Conti seem to have it all, a loving relationship, a wonderful home, and their beautiful baby Cora. But one night when they are at a dinner party next door, a terrible crime is committed. Suspicion immediately falls on the parents, but the truth is much more complicated. What follows is the nerve-wracking unraveling of a family. Detective Rasbash. He is actually in the book I'm reading now. I don't know how you say his name, but Rasbash is R-A-S-B-A-C-H. I'm probably like killing it. But he knows that the panicked couple is hiding something inside the curtained house. Anne and Marco both soon discovered that the other is keeping secrets they've kept for years. The shocking truth will leave you breathless. It sounded really good, and I like the fact that the same detective is in this book that's in the book I'm reading by the same author, but yet it doesn't really have anything to do with the book I'm reading now, as far as I can tell, because I don't know these people here, Anne and Marco Conti. I don't know, like, if they're in this book, I don't know yet, but who knows? It may be related. I maybe should have read this first, but it doesn't actually say to read them in a certain order. So hopefully that doesn't matter. I don't think it's supposed to be in a certain order, but he's the detective in the book I'm reading now. This book, The Party by Robin Harding, was a Target Club pick, which Debbie and I found kind of, fascinating, so we decided to get it together. She got this book too. We're going to try to read it together so we can kind of like compare notes and like talk about it. It was really fun when we were reading The Woman in the Window together because we can like really talk about it. Even though I was a little bit further on than she was, eventually she caught up with me, and we were able to talk about it and just freak out about it. So I still love that book. If you have not got it yet, get it. It's so good. But this one is called The Party, and at first I thought, just from the colorful book, I thought maybe it would be like a chick read, But it does say perfect for fans of Big Little Lies on the front here, and I love Big Little Lies. That's also a good book, and I believe it was also an HBO series, which I have not watched yet. I need to watch that. I think it's on, is it on Netflix yet? I need to check that out. But I loved the book. So I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to really like this too. But it's not, like I said, I thought it was going to be like a chick lit kind of read, chick book. But it's not. It's supposedly a mystery. It says, Sweet 16. It's an exciting coming of age, a milestone, and a rite of passage. Jeff and Kim Sanders plan on throwing a party for their daughter Hannah, a good girl with excellent grades and nice friends. Rather than an extravagant, indulgent affair, they invite 4 girls over for pizza, cake, movies, and a sleepover. What could possibly go wrong? Really, what could possibly go wrong? Those are all really good things to have a sleepover with pizza, cake, and movies. I mean, I'd go. But things do go wrong, horrifically so, and Hannah's party quickly turns into the stuff of nightmares. After a tragic accident occurs, Jeff and Kim's comfortable life in a wealthy San Francisco suburb begins to fall apart. In the ugly aftermath, friends become enemies, dark secrets are revealed in the Sanders' marriage, and the truth about their perfect daughter Hannah is revealed. The party takes us behind the facade of the ideal family, exposing the lies, betrayals, and moral lapse that occur behind closed doors, and the secrets that children and parents keep from themselves and one another. This sounds really good. Yeah, it sounded really good in the store. Me and Debbie were like, let's give this a go. And like I said, it was a Target Club pick, so that's always fun. The rest of my books I picked up from Barnes & Noble's, but I picked these up in like different times that I went to Barnes & Noble's. Like I picked up two books here, 3 books there, and then another 3 books there. For a little while they had like a special, you buy two psychological thrillers and you get 1 free. So I was like, hell yes, because that's what I'm into right now. So I found me 3 that I've been wanting to read. Well, 2 for sure that I've been wanting to read, and then 1 that just sounded really good. So the 2 that I've had on my list that I went ahead and I picked up is The Woman in Cabin 10, written by Ruth Ware, which I recently talked about one of her other books called The Lying Game. I felt like I didn't really give that book such a great review. It really was a good read. I just felt it was a little slow. But I've heard good things about The Woman in Cabin 10, so I'm really excited to read this book. The only thing about her books, especially in paperback, they don't have a description of what the book's about. Like, I just find that so crazy. So I remember when I was looking for The Lying Game, I had to tromp through Barnes & Nobles and look for the hardcover so I could read what the book was about. Let me look it up on my phone so I can tell y'all what it's about. Okay, so it's got quite a long, little review here. But it says, a journalist who writes for a travel magazine has just been given the assignment of a lifetime. A week on a luxury cruise with only a handful of cabins. The sky is clear and the waters are calm. The Aurora, I guess that's what the ship is called, begins her voyage as the exclusive cruise ship in the picturesque North Sea. At first, Lowe's stay is nothing but pleasant. The cabins are plush, the dinner parties are sparkling, and the guests are elegant. But as the week wears on, frigid winds whip the deck, gray skies fall, and Lowe witnesses what she can only describe as a dark and terrifying nightmare. A woman being thrown overboard. The problem? All passengers remain accounted for, and so the ship sails on as if nothing has happened. Despite Lowe's desperate attempts to convey that something or someone has gone terribly, terribly wrong. With surprising twists, spine-tingling turns, and a setting that proves as uncomfortably claustrophobic as it is eerily beautiful, Ruth Ware offers up another taut and intense read in The Woman in Cabin 10. It sounds really good. So I guess it's taking place at sea on a cruise ship. I didn't even know what it was about. I just heard really good things about it. And I want to say that, is it going to be a movie? I could be wrong. I don't know if I saw that somewhere. CBS Films is developing Ruth Ware's mystery thriller, The Woman in Cabin 10. It might just be one of those TV movies, I guess, maybe. I don't know. We'll see, but it sounds really good. The other book I've been having on my list for a while now is Into the Water. This is by Paula Hawkins. She also wrote The Girl on the Train. Yes, The Girl on the Train, which I absolutely loved. That one also was such a good book. If you haven't read it, definitely check it out. Although you've probably seen the movie already. I actually have not seen the movie yet. I need to do that. The book was really good, so I'm sure this is going to be just as good. It says, secrets can pull you under. A single mother turns up dead at the bottom of the river that runs through town. Earlier in the summer, a teenage girl met the same fate. They are not the first women lost to these dark waters, but their deaths dredge up secrets long submerged. Left behind is a lonely 15-year-old girl suddenly in the care of an aunt she's never met. A woman who has been dragged back to the place she deliberately ran from, a place to which she vowed she'd never return. With the same propulsive writing and acute understanding of human instincts that captivated millions of readers around the world in her explosive debut thriller, The Girl on the Train, Paula Hawkins delivers an urgent, twisting, deeply satisfying read that hinges on the deceptiveness of emotion and memory, as well as the devastating ways that the past can reach a long arm into the present. Beware a calm surface, you never know what lies beneath. I'm excited about this one. That one's going to be really good. Have y'all ever seen What Lies Beneath with Michelle Pfeiffer? Such a good movie. I don't think it's a book. It might be. I don't know. But oh my goodness, it's such a good movie. I love it. It came on not too long ago on just a random movie channel. And I just couldn't take my eyes off the TV. I was just doing stuff around the house and I eventually just had to sit down because... And I had seen it already. What is my hair doing? If y'all don't know already, I get really distracted about things. The other one I picked up as my free read is If You Knew Her by Emily Elger. I've never read anything of this author, and I've never seen this book. Debbie actually picked it up, and she was like, oh, look, this sounds good. And it really did. When young, beautiful Cassie Jensen arrives in the intensive care ward at St. Catherine's Hospital after being struck by a hit-and-run driver while out walking her dog, Chief Nurse Alice Morlow, thinks she looks familiar. She starts obsessively digging deeper into Cassie's relationships, only to discover a secret that her patient has been keeping from everyone, including her devoted husband and family. Frank, a patient on the same ward who has locked-in syndrome, can hear and see everything around him but cannot speak. Soon he comes to understand that Cassie's life is still in danger. While the police continue to look for clues, Frank knows the truth, but he's unable to communicate it. As Frank's resolve deepens and Alice puts her own career on the line in her single-minded search for answers, the reader will get closer and closer to the truth of who Cassie Jensen was and why she was out on the road that fateful night. It does sound really good, so I'm excited about that. I'm excited about all of these books. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, if I could just sit down all day and read, I would, but I gotta get up and do stuff. This book just caught my attention. I just really liked the cover. I've actually heard good things about it as well. I believe it is a gay romance though, so if you're not into that sort of thing, maybe not pick it up, but I mean, I'm open to whatever. But it just looked really intriguing, and like I said, I've actually heard many good things about this book. I've read a couple like really good popular gay romances as far as that goes. Call Me by Your Name is just phenomenal. It's just a beautiful book, just a beautiful romance altogether. I really enjoyed it. And also A Love Letter to Simon, I think that's what it's called. That one was really good too. And of course Debbie and I went to see the movie. Super cute. But like I said, the cover just intrigued me, and I believe it is historical. And I know I said I don't really care for historical romances, which I truly really don't. But again, I heard really good things about this book. So it's called The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. It's by Mackenzie Lee. Henry Monty Montague was born and bred to be a gentleman, but he was never one to be tamed. The finest boarding schools in England and the constant disapproval of his father haven't been able to curb any of his roguish passions. Not for gambling halls, late nights spent with a bottle of spirits, or waking up in the arms of women or men. But as Monty embarks on his grand tour of Europe, his quest for a life filled with pleasure and vice is in danger of coming to an end. Not only does his father expect him to take over the family's estate upon his return, but Monty is also nursing an impossible crush on his best friend and traveling companion, Percy. Still, it isn't in Monty's nature to give up. Even with his younger sister, Felicity, in tow, he vows to make this year-long escapade one last hurrah and flirt with Percy from Paris to Rome. But when one of Monty's reckless decisions turns their trip abroad into a manhunt that spans across Europe, it calls into question everything he knows, including his relationship with the boy he adores. I thought it just sounded, cute and fun. And so I thought I'd just give it a go. Why not? Hey, Bella! Do you want to read with Mommy? I think if she could speak to me, she would constantly disapprove of everything I did. Because she always just gives me that look, like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? But she always wants to be by me, so I guess she loves me. So along with that book, I picked up this book. It is The High Tide Club by Mary Kay Andrews. I think it's Mary Kay. Yeah, Mary Kay Andrews. I've actually read one of her books before, maybe. And it was just a cute read, so I just thought I'd, kind of switch it up. With this book as well, I heard really good things about it. It has really good reviews on it. It's got a little bit of everything as far as I've heard. So it does have a little bit of a mystery to it, but it's just kind of like a fun summer read. So it says, when 99-year-old heiress Josephine Bettendorf, Josephine Bettendorf Warwick, wow, summons attorney Brooke Trapnell to her 20,000-acre Barrier Island home, Brooke is puzzled. Everybody in the South has heard about the eccentric millionaire mistress of Talissa Island, but Brooke has never actually met her. Josephine's cryptic phone call says she wants to discuss an important legal matter, but why enlist Brooke and not the prestigious Atlanta law firm she has used for years? Brooke travels to Shell Haven and meets the cagey Josephine, whose home is a crumbling pink mansion at the edge of the turquoise sea. Over the course of a few meetings, Josephine spins a tale of old friendships, dark secrets, betrayal, and a long unsolved murder. To fulfill the dying woman's wishes, Brooke must find and bring together the woman's oldest friends and their descendants for a farewell, and to put right the mistakes of the past. But in doing so, Brooke unleashes the makings of a scandal that could make someone rich beyond their wildest dreams, or cause them to be in the crosshairs of a murderer. So that sounds just really fun. Just a little bit of mix of everything, like kind of like a chick read with a little bit of beachy funness to it with a little mystery tacked on. So I'm excited to read this. Just something a little bit different than what I've actually been reading. I've got just 3 more, and I promise I'm done. So on our most recent Barnes & Noble's trip, Debbie and I just really went in to just kind of browse and just kind of enjoy Barnes & Noble's, because that's what we do. We love Barnes & Noble's. But of course, we were roped in by a couple books. I think she got a book that I wanted to get as well, but I didn't want to get it without my coupon. I didn't have my coupon handy, but I did order it. So it's on its way. But we were browsing the bargain book section, and it was like 2 for $8, I believe. Yeah, 2 for $8. So I got one of them that I got is a Nora Roberts. I really enjoyed reading Nora Roberts in the past. I've read a few of her books, and when this book came out, I really did want to read it, and for some reason I just never got it. So it doesn't really seem that it's that old, but oh, here you go. Sorry, she's trying to get in her basket and I got something over it, but so yeah, so when I saw that it was in the bargain section, I picked it up because it was one that I wanted to read in the past. It says, Naomi Bowes lost her innocence the night she followed her father into the woods, and freeing the girl trapped in the root cellar, she revealed her father's horrible crimes and made him infamous. No matter what she does, Naomi can't outrun the sins of Thomas David Bowes. Now a successful photographer living under the name Naomi Carson, she has found a place that calls to her, thousands of miles away from everything she's ever known. Naomi wants to embrace the solitude, but the kindly residents of Sunrise Cove keep forcing her to open up, especially the determined Xander Keaton. Bella is making a ruckus down here. Naomi can feel her defenses failing and knows that the connection her new life offers is something she's always secretly craved, but the sins of her father can become an obsession. Excuse her. And as she's learned time and time again, her past is never more than a nightmare away. So, yeah. I knew I wanted to read this. I already kind of knew what it was about, but yeah, so I'm excited now to finally get my hands on it and read it. So I thought my second book should be a little bit different than what I've been picking up, mysteries, thrillers, things like that. So I decided to get a little romance book. So I got, I think, of course, the stickers. It's called Breathe Into Me by Sarah Fawkes. I thought the cover was just super sexy. I mean, can't get any sexier than that. Well, I guess it could. I've never heard of this author, but it sounded really good. It says, how did my life get so broken? It's a question Lacey St. James asks herself every day. Stuck raising her little brother in a trailer park while she works a dead-end job at a grocery store, she has a stalker ex-boyfriend and a bad reputation, and no way out. And then she meets Everett Ward, who changes her entire life. Everett is an outsider who's house-sitting a family mansion off the coast, and for reasons Lacey can't understand, he's completely transfixed by her. He seems determined to show her that life can offer more than she'd ever hoped for, if only she believes in herself. She desperately yearns to trust him, but what happens when she finds out that everything he's told her is a lie? So that little quirk at the end kind of got me. You know, it just sounded, for a hot minute, it just sounded like your typical romance, which you know, I was okay with, but then that little twist at the end kind of got me. So I was like, okay, yeah, definitely got to pick this up. So I'm excited to read that. And then lastly, I picked up Candace Cameron Bure's new book, Kind is the New Classy. I've been wanting to get my hands on this. I actually have the one that she put out before this one, Staying Stylish. I haven't actually read into that one yet, but I just wanted to have this one. So after I read that one, I had this one good to go. She's trying to eat my books down there. And I just love her. I follow her on Instagram, and she's just, I just love her. I just love everything about her. But I just thought the book was super cute, and if you take the cover off, it's really cute. The hot pink with Kind is the New Classy. She also writes a lot about like her diets and how she eats and her exercise programs and things like that. And I'm just interested in that, and I just like the way she just presents everything. This one talks about how to keep your cool under pressure, respond to criticism with grace, stay grounded yet go places in life, stay true to who you are despite the expectations of others, stay centered in what ultimately matters the most. So just goodness, just good advice all the way around. This is what her previous book looks like. This one's hardcover. It's a very beautiful book, like even just to keep out in your living room, on your coffee table, and it's staying stylish. And I like how she's got like the little bookmark thing in it. She's got like great pictures and just talks about, like I said, her exercise programs. She talks about when she was on Dancing with the Stars. Just someone I really like. And, you know, when you really like someone, you want to read about their life and just how they, you know, how they go about being famous under pressure of everything. And she talks about her workouts. She also posts her workouts on Instagram as well. So definitely go follow her. She's just very inspirational in all things. So that is it, y'all. I know that was a lot of books. And I have some more coming. I ordered from Barnes & Nobles again, as well as the Book Outlet. I'll talk about those when they come in. So if you enjoy reading, let me know what you like. What are you reading right now? Mention it in the comments below. For me, it's something to look forward to, and just, I don't know, it's just very calming, and I just really enjoy reading, and I like being around books. Although I'm gonna need to invest in another bookshelf because I'm definitely out of room. I have no idea where I'm gonna put these books. So that is it, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And let me know what you're reading in the comments down below. I'd love to know. I'd love to check it out and maybe possibly read it. Also, go follow me on all my social medias, which I'll have all down below. But I'm mostly on Instagram. I do have a Facebook, mostly on Instagram. And I have a Goodreads, and I've been trying to definitely keep up with that. So if you're a book lover and you have a Goodreads, come follow me and I'll follow you back for sure. And we can check each other's books out. But that's it, y'all. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will talk to y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.